Welcome to DIY for Homeowners by Mother-Daughter Projects. I'm Steph.
I'm Vicki.
And today's project is 1 year in the making.
And you may be wondering what took a whole year. Well, we're using a stump, which you can't see, Steph is sitting on it, and it took a full year to dry out.
During the dry out process, there actually was a hole that developed in the middle, and at first we're like, we'll just figure out a way to cover it up. But then we realized it actually is an asset to this project.
We want to thank the Home Depot for sponsoring this project, and we want to give a shout out to our UPS driver who actually alerted us to where this stump was located.
All right, let's get started. The first step was to cut this random branch off the stump. We're using a new DeWalt reciprocating saw to get this done. You'll notice overall the stump is not completely flat. We thought about getting it level, but we decided we liked the angle. We did want to clean up a couple of the uneven spots, and we did that with our DeWalt multi-tool. As you can see, we're outside, and at these times we remember how much we love the flexibility of battery-powered tools. We wanted to keep this stump as natural as we could with as much bark as possible left, because I just love bringing natural elements into my home. We brushed off any bark that was loose. We used a workbench brush here, but a wire brush would work better. We started by sealing the bottom with a couple of coats of spar urethane. We wanted to seal this as best we could as it was going to be used inside my house. We finally worked smarter by putting the stump on wheels while we worked. With the bottom and top sealed, we put the stump topside down on a scrap piece of underlayment and traced out the shape. This could be done with a jigsaw, but Mom loves her scroll saw and she easily cut this with her favorite tool. Next was Mom's favorite part, burning the stump. Burning wood is a technique that's been used a lot recently, but we haven't seen it used to burn bark, so we wanted to give it a try. We're using the Benzomatic Premium Torch Kit here. If you could smell this like we could, it smelled just like a campfire. I could use some s'mores right now. We were sure to wear a mask and eye protection, and we're outside with plenty of ventilation for this part. After the first burn, we used a wire brush to take off the white char and burn it once more, repeating the process with the brush. This gave the bark a darker look. We sealed the bark with many coats of Minwax spray lacquer. Now onto cutting the top cushion. To give a little padding, we are upcycling the insulation that came inside of one of our meal delivery packages from HelloFresh. I've been collecting them as I thought they might come in handy someday. We traced the pattern and cut it out. We started by spraying adhesive in the middle section and sticking those together, and then off camera we sprayed the rest to the board. We bought some cute dog fabric to cover this and cut it to size and then stapled it into place. We're using two of our favorite staplers here, a DeWalt carbon fiber one and the Trigger Fire staple gun by Surebonder. We cut off the excess fabric, check the fit, and done. Let us know if you think this looks like the top of a toilet. Mom thinks so, but I don't see it. Now, there's a hole in the top of the stump where it started to decay. We decided to actually make that a feature where you could store items in a secret compartment. To seal the spot, we mixed up some epoxy and added some blue powder for a fun look and filled the hole until it got a flat bottom. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions when working with epoxy. On the bottom, I added 4 casters and rolled it inside to finish. We added some Velcro to the top, which proved to be too sticky, so we switched to a lighter duty Velcro off camera. This is the perfect footrest or extra seating, as I'm doing here, and this hidden compartment is a perfect place to hide money, keys, or even dog treats.
What we learned.
So when we were doing this project, we really debated on how to finish off the bark section of the stump. And we ended up just using a lot of coats of some spray lacquer, that is one of our favorites. But really, I wanted to actually use epoxy. We've used epoxy before in another project that we'll link to, a log project, actually it's sitting right there, the log. We thought that that would actually hold the bark in better, and so if I do have problem with the bark coming off in my house, then I will probably do epoxy in the end, and we'll share that update if we end up doing that.
We had a little difficulty with the casters because we did not flatten out the bottom. So putting those on was a little bit wonky, and we ended up changing out the ones that you see in the video for ones that have a little smaller mounting plate, as well as the wheels aren't as tall. And we're still not quite satisfied with that. We may end up trying something like this. This is like a little plant stand or a little tri-dolly. So we may end up, if we don't like the casters, taking those off and trying this and seeing what's what.
As you saw, we actually finished the dead spot in the middle with epoxy, and that was a cool little realization because we were just going to cover it up with the front cover and just be done with it. But then I realized this could be a neat spot to just have some kind of fun thing in it. So when you have something like that in a project, don't just automatically think, oh, I gotta cover it up. Think, how could this be something even cooler than I expected?
We use that benzomatic torch kit to burn or char the outside of this, and I absolutely love the look. I want to burn all the things.
She did not let me use it.
I did not let you use it, and it was very easy to use. It wasn't scary. A lot of times, I get scared of tools, but this one was super easy to use. It's actually just a button turn on. You can press a button to let it go continuously. Super easy. Love the look. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
And we probably will.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. So thank you for watching. If you want to support us, please make sure you click the bell notification, and you will get alerts every time we post a new video. Thanks for joining us. Bye. I took lead on this project, would you say?
Yeah, you did. I had really nothing to do with it other than getting to do the fun part.
The fun part. So you actually had the idea to burn the, that was never my idea to burn the log. That was always your idea.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with that?
Oh, that's because we got the benzomatic torch kit this quarter, and
with the prospective
campaign, and I tried it out. I was like, oh, this is so much fun.
You're like, I want to burn.
It was so much fun. I totally enjoyed it. So I actually tried it on another stump to see what the results would look like, and I liked it. So I convinced you to do that on yours.
I think it smelled more like a campfire than I was expecting.
Yeah, but I don't smell it now, so I think
I think the smell dissipated. We let it like air out for a while.
Yeah, and once we sealed it, I think it was fine.
Yeah.
So are you pleased with the results?
I am. I'm cautious about the bark because a couple of things have already fallen off of the bark. So I'm very like, I don't want nasty dirty in my house. So I want to see like how it holds up over time, but I think I might end up doing the epoxy like we had mentioned. I want to see how this works, how it holds up, and if it holds up well, then I think I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I
love the way it looks. That burnt color is so rich. It really just brings out. There's some places where there is no bark, and it just really brings that out. I really didn't think it was gonna look like that. I wasn't sure what it would look like. I just thought it would look like a burned piece of wood. But once you get the finish on there, it's just really. My
biggest concern was not being able to seal it properly because I don't want bugs and grossness in my house. That was my big thing.
Yes.
And I think my biggest frustration point came when I was putting on the wheels originally, the casters on the bottom. I got super frustrated because the wood was so hard that I had to drill pilot holes, and I didn't have the right screws, and that was really frustrating. And then I realized, that's at that point that I realized that the bark might not be sealed properly. I might have to do epoxy, and I was just like frustrated at that point. But
you were frustrated.
I was, yes.
Yeah, that was not a good moment for you. That's not shown in the video.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if we were recording at that point.
I don't think so,
But once I got the right screws and I drilled pilot holes, the casters were no problem to put in after that. That's the biggest thing, is like knowing what my like frustration points are and kind of trying to take care of them before they become a blow up moment.
Yeah. So I think my frustration was with it was you continuing to tweak the casters even though it was good enough, and
you are like, I'm good enough, and I'm like, no, this is like real life. I want it to work perfect.
Well, I know, but I think perfection is maybe overrated a lot of times, and sometimes it's it works, it functions, and to continue to tweak it or tweak any project is frustrating, and it doesn't have to be perfect to be functional or beautiful or useful.
I don't think it's perfect. I think I'm still gonna play with the casters. I think that's the big thing, is I don't know over the life of how it's gonna hold up, but I think almost every project that I've like, how is this gonna hold up, has held up even better than I expected.
You know what we talked about is, because we build these things ourselves, if there is a problem, we know how to go back. We know how it was built. We know how to go back and fix it. So that's one of the good things about making something yourself. Not only the satisfaction of making it yourself, but knowing that you can go back and you can make a repair if something is not working.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. What was your favorite tool we used in this project?
Okay. I mean, everyone out there is going, oh, it was the torch. It was the torch.
My favorite was the carbon fiber DeWalt staple gun because I've had so many frustrations with staple guns in the past. And the Surebonder worked well, but you were using that one.
Yeah.
I've had so many frustrations with staple guns not working, not going in, but that worked so well. It's so light. Like I remember us seeing that at we went to a
prospective event,
a tool event, and we got to see that in person. And then we went and bought it after it came out in stores.
Yes, it is so much better than the standard staple gun, and it's the weight of it because you can, and it doesn't take a lot of pressure.
No,
force
you don't
to
have to
squeeze it, and for some, you liked it, but for someone like me who doesn't have that hand strength, it's absolutely perfect. And the Surebonder, what I do like about that one is you can pull up the handle. And then it's got an extra little trigger, and you just can position it where you need to position it. Especially if you're doing something tricky, you just click that, and then it shoots. So,
Well, do you think we spilled enough tea?
I think we
about this project.
And I kept all of my cup here.
I still have some tea. So till next time.
Till next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us.